Hello and welcome to Ardente Rigamortis. I'm Review Cultist.
I'm Mikey, the E stands for evil.
And I'm the gamer in yellow.
And we're here to discuss those internet stories, most creepy and most pasta, and be critically silly doing it. And tonight we have The Old Bridge in the Park. So yeah, decided we would cover one of the pasta of the month creepypastas, because creepypasta.fandom.com/wiki has a whole category for pasta of the month, and this was one of the 2018 pastas of the month. So, figure we give it a shot. So you can check it out there on Creepypasta Wiki. It's The Old Bridge in the Park. It's by MoistSquelch.
Great name.
Yeah, gotta love those internet names. So yeah, we should probably do our initial recommendations. I will recommend it.
I will not recommend it because this also made me irrationally angry.
Oh, great. It's one of those.
Okay. I'm curious. All right.
I really want to know why. But because, I'll recommend it.
Okay.
I'm curious if your irrational anger, if I'll connect with it and be like, oh, you know what? You're right.
Yeah, I'm curious too myself. But and I'm wondering if I will vehemently defy you and like no, you're wrong. Which I'll see. Also, if I'm also really curious if you've created a new creepypasta out of spite.
I've created a new ending out of spite.
Oh, okay. I have a feeling I might have an idea for the ending as well, because I also had an idea for the ending me too. Okay, so we all have feelings about the ending. Okay, but we'll get to that. Let's dive into the story and explain.
Start with the start first.
Yeah, let's get out of the weeds a second so we can go back into the weeds. But yeah, so yeah, go check it out on Creepypasta Wiki, and we will dive into the rundown. So everyone in the town of Redacted knows the story of kids that go missing when they cross the old bridge in the park at night. Credits. No.
That would work as a micropasta.
Honestly, it would so well. It's like one of those 2-sentence stories, like those 2-sentence spooky stories that was the trend on Twitter or social media.
Yeah, I'd be angry and I would want more. But that's not enough to talk about for a recording.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'd have to do honestly, if we ever do the 2-sentence creepypastas, we'd have to gather up a bunch of them just to fill out even a half hour.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, the kids know the truth that it's some kind of monster on the bridge, while the adults just sort of chalk it up to something ordinary or bad, but they don't want to talk about monsters. So
I was under the impression that they also were aware that it's supernatural.
I got the feeling it was like that, or they were in denial. It's oh no, the monsters don't exist, so they can't be that. It's got to be something else. But we'll put up a gate. Regardless, we're gonna put up a gate to block off access in the evenings.
Yes.
For this park. And then there's this very skeptical kid, Eleanor, who is ostracized by the other kids for not believing in the stories, and eventually decides to prove herself to them and prove them all wrong by going out there and showing them she'll come back and she'll be fine. Carrying a flashlight and video camera, starting a found footage movie. She sneaks out and hops the gate to reach the old bridge in the park. Credits. God, stop.
There's a lot of credits in this.
Yeah. Once she finds, upon crossing the threshold to the bridge, is a never-ending bridge. And then this creepy, kindly old lady who quickly turns out to be a monster who wants to gobble her up. Eleanor only escapes because she took the monster by surprise by hugging her, with Eleanor thinking that the old lady was her salvation from the endless bridge, before then fleeing away from the monster. Eleanor eventually crosses the bridge as morning light rises, but is soon after hit by a truck and killed before she can rally the other kids to stop the evil befallen the town of Redacted. Finn. So yeah, that was the old bridge in the park. And so I suppose we'll move on to everyone tolerates the Grand Inquisitions at this point. So I have nothing. Mikey, what do you have?
I have a conjunction junction.
All right.
And next stop, Conjunction Junction. Doot, doot.
It wasn't long before everyone started avoiding her, fearing that her blatant disrespect of the supernatural made her dangerous and unlucky. It's just a bunch of stones. But while things like Mr. Mason and the sewer clowns were survivable, the old bridge in the park promised at least a bazillion% chance of never being seen again. But stubborn little Eleanor wouldn't listen to reason or bribery. It was particularly foggy, and it took her longer than expected to get to the bridge. It was eerily quiet. It wasn't too late to turn back. And it's so foggy. It felt like 3 hours passed, but in reality it was closer to 2.5. But she would need help. It was time for that to change. Finn.
Wow, poor Eleanor's just trapped on that foggy bridge. Nothing ever bad happened to her. She's just wandering around.
Liminal space.
Yeah.
But yeah. For those unaware, Mikey grabs all the sentences throughout a story that start with words that they probably shouldn't, like its, ends, or buts, strings them together into a story with sometimes hilarious results. Basically to highlight that there's generally better words to use, except when it's dialogue, but we do it for the bit.
Yeah. All right. Gamer.
No.
Okay. On to actual thoughts, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to start with this one here. The children in the town of Redacted knew better than to cross the old bridge in the park. Wow, credit in the first scene. In the first sentence. Just credits. Wait,
Yeah.
it's not even the first sentence hasn't even finished.
That's true. It's a comma.
But yeah,
I do like
I
the
just
name
thought-
of their town, though. It's quite nice.
Okay. I'm gonna go to that one next, I guess.
Okay.
I understand. So yeah, like I understand that that redacted, like the brackets and all, is just like a redaction of the town's name, like almost like the story's like trying to protect the town or like the people that live there, like from being identified. But I kind of love the idea that this town is actually called Redacted, like
Yes,
all caps,
absolutely.
brackets, and all.
Yeah, because there's just so much weird shit that goes on there that, like,
yeah. Oh yeah, like that's no, like not gonna lie, I kind of love that idea, like just of that happening. And yeah, some kind of on a same on a tangential vein of that. I'll go to my next quote and comments. She was nearly as ignorant as a grown-up, constantly questioning things and demanding evidence for every trivial truth. Some of the harsher rumors claimed that she didn't believe in ghosts, aliens, or even the completely inarguable fact that the fourth grade homeroom teacher, Mr. Mason, was a werewolf demon hybrid from Heck, who worked for the devil himself. Okay, this isn't a Hogan's Gap Curtisville story.
You sure about that?
I was actually hoping, waiting for one of you guys to comment. It's like, no, clearly it's the town of Redacted. But anyway, but it's starting to feel like it, and kind of much to what Gamer just brought up. Is like, yeah, you sure about that? Like, because it's kind of like it's. I would not be surprised if they're in the same universe, or like it's just like again. It's a similar situation where like it's a town where like there's all this like weird supernatural stuff that only the kids fully acknowledge, whereas like the adults just like kind of like so they might acknowledge it, but like they don't want to address the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
And I just like, yeah, it's just one of those things. I just love like that kind of vibe. So
Comparing to Curtisville, though, it's a lot less whimsy. Like
yeah,
it keeps the darker tone because it mentions this like that dude is totally a werewolf, but like it's not in your face as much because
yeah,
everyone is human beings, so
yeah,
it's a lot more grounded.
yeah. I would say it's more like Curtisville than Hogan's Gap, because Hogan's Gap is just like whimsical as fuck. Curtisville at least has a little bit of groundedness in like street level, but like I'd say more like, yeah, it's more like you just said, like it's like everyone's human, but there's like rumors, and like some of those rumors are probably true based on like what we see in the story.
It's street level whimsy.
Yeah, it's street level whimsical creepiness.
Yes.
Like it's on what do they call it? There's actually a term for like when like the supernatural is like is among the mundane, but it's like it's underneath, it's under it's in disguise and stuff like that. It's actually a type of genre of supernatural fiction.
You're not
But
talking about magical realism, are you?
It's not magical realism. It's a different. I think it's called. I almost think it's called wainscot. Like genre. Ding ding ding. Yes, it was in fact wainscot fiction that I was thinking of, which is commonly used in speculative fiction with a group of supernatural things or otherwise extraordinary people hiding their existence from the mainstream society in their respective setting. These hidden groups are sometimes referred to as a wainscot society or wainscot society, wherein they live parallel to mainstream society in a covert manner, but overall remain their own distinct entity with their own culture. Thanks, Wikipedia. And now, back to the past.
It almost kind of feels like idiosyncratic stuff, where it's like it's stuff that seems normal, but it's not.
Yeah, a little bit like that, or it's again like just like the supernatural is actually like kind of hidden away from like the public eye, but like people in the know.
You know what this is? This is Widow's Bay.
I was definitely thinking that Widow's Bay or Gravity Falls, even to a degree. Like it's very much.
I can't.
Well, you've technically seen Gravity Falls if you've seen Widow's Bay, because they're basically just Widow's Bay is just a live action, more adult version of Gravity Falls.
Okay, fair.
But yeah, it's very much like that, like where like the town has secrets and supernatural stuff there, but like most of the time the people either don't know or they're hiding it, or they're trying to keep it under wraps.
And honestly, I really like that whole like idea behind the story, where it's like there's an outsider that comes into town and they're ignorant to the ways of the town, and the town is surviving because they know, but they don't tell the wanderer, basically the person who comes in, what the hell's going on, so then they have to deal with it. Or
they do tell the wanderer, but the wanderer's skeptical.
Yeah.
That is also basically the main character in Widow's Bay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Connective Tissues time. A couple of us have watched Widow's Bay.
If you haven't, those at home, if you haven't seen it, go see it. It's good.
Yes, it is a good series.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's my other thing is like I just really interesting that the story, while told, it's so like as I kept reading the story, I realized that the story is kind of like from an omniscient narrator, but the way the story is written and the way like the omniscient narrator is talking or is telling the story, it almost felt like it was also from the perspective of it felt like it was like one of the kids who are experienced with the supernatural talking about the story, or like somebody in the know about the town's supernatural stuff telling this tale to somebody.
Yeah, the narrator was flipping back and forth for me too, because like on one hand, there's stuff how the narrator says it's inconceivable that another kid wouldn't believe in baby eating clowns and a bazillion% chance that Eleanor would die on the bridge, which does make it sound like it's a child. But then in the next sentence, it says stuff like, sure, the children hated Eleanor, blah, 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 blah. So it's clearly not a child saying it, because a child wouldn't refer to the children as children. It'd be sure we didn't hate it. Sure, we hated Eleanor is what it would be if it was a kid.
Yeah, I might put a pin on this for a second, because like at the end of my notes, I have something about like regarding the ending that kind of makes me wonder if either makes me wonder, or at the very least, like maybe this would have been good as like a reveal at the end of like who the narrator was. But again, I'll dive into that in a minute.
Yeah, for me though, I just kind of felt that it's a quirky narrator.
Oh yeah,
that like depending on who he's focusing on, he's like kind of like picks up on their vibe and speaks that way.
Yeah, I like that actually too. Like that's just like it's just the quirk of the style of the like how the story is being written and like how the narrator is telling the story.
It's cool like seeing like mostly it's in the kid perspective, but it's cool seeing both viewpoints a little bit.
I'll move on to the next thing though. Distraught, the sweet and generous children of Redacted decided they'd try and be nice to Eleanor on her last day alive, including Patty, who wasn't too keen on being the stupidest child in school again, by not stealing the dessert from her lunch and not throwing worms at her during recess. Eleanor didn't appreciate their efforts. Okay, so this is kind of funny and all, like, just like again, like the quirkiness of the writing. But from the sounds of it, these kids are the fucking worst. Like, I get it. Kids can be cruel to like an outside to somebody who doesn't like agree with them and stuff like that. I've seen it all before, like in fiction and also in reality. Like, and Eleanor definitely isn't making it easy for herself.
No, because she's a stuck-up snob that refuses to listen to anyone.
Yeah.
And she's the new kid trying to fit in. Meanwhile, she is not trying to fit in. She's trying to stand out. So, like, she's causing this on herself.
Yeah, and like she's definitely like her skepticism and some of that is definitely like anchoring that kind of like superiority complex. Like she's like thinks she's smart, like smarter than everybody because she doesn't believe in this stuff. Even though like like the people are like, no, like this shit happens. Like we've lived here all our lives, and then like this little girl's like coming in is like, no, like ghosts and stuff aren't real. Like, come on, get rid of it.
She thinks that they're like gaslighting her basically because this is the new kid. It's like, you believe me? You're an idiot. Nah.
But that all said, like her not making it easy on them, like, do they really need to steal her dessert at lunch and like throw worms at her? Like, it sounded like they were doing that before her last day.
Yeah, that's what they do on a daily basis. That is their routine.
That's kind of brutal. Like, I'm not gonna like lie. Like, that's kind of that's kind of BS. But
it's
like,
tough love, man. They're trying to force her to be like, look, we are right. We are going to continue stealing your dessert and throwing worms at you until you realize that we are right. Yeah, it's for the greater good. It's for her benefit.
All I'm saying is like if this was in like a more like if they weren't in the right, they'd be assholes, like total assholes.
I mean, it's still a dick move regardless, but
yeah, we can all agree on that.
But kids be kids.
Yeah, no, like as soon as you do something like the either one kid or like the group of kids doesn't like, you're ostracized. Like, yeah. Which is kind of funny because it's almost like a reverse of like how things usually are. It's like usually like the weirdo kid is the one that believes in all that kind of stuff. But then like we get the one normie who comes into town and doesn't believe in like ghosts and spookums, and then comes to the town where like all that stuff is like real to the kids. So like that it turns out that skeptical mindset is actually like the weird kid.
Yeah, it's fun seeing that flipped on its head.
Yeah.
Well, that's something I also didn't really like, though, is that because the skepticism is also tied to curiosity. Like, aren't these other kids curious to find out if the bridge is actually haunted or not? Like,
I think they know good and well it's haunted.
Yeah,
I think but there's still like curiosity. Kids don't usually take adults' words for things. They like to find things out on their own.
Probably what happened, the reason that they know it's haunted is probably because like they went there and they were scared to go, and one of their friends went and they just heard screaming and he never came back.
Yeah, like I think
that happened multiple times with multiple different friend groups probably. So throughout that happening, all the kids know that bridge be scary. And they probably literally witnessed the teacher turning into a werewolf at one point. Maybe they have pictures of it. Like, from what it feels like, the kids know that this shit is real.
But the thing is, like, there should be some form of evidence to give Eleanor, like some articles from the local newspaper stating that kids went missing or whatever.
Yes.
So, that there should be something there.
Yes. The kids didn't do the best job protecting this newbie. I mean, they were
Again,
like,
they are also just kids. That's how kids usually act too. So
okay, yeah, but like they were, so yeah, actually it's my second note because the first note was talked about. So regarding Eleanor wanting to go to the bridge and the kids trying quote unquote everything to get her to stop, even like, I'll invite you to my party, don't go. Like they're doing like everything.
Yeah.
But they're really not doing everything. Because like, for example, as Mikey said, evidence. If they showed any evidence, then cool. Maybe one of the kids has a gash on their arm from like a werewolf attack or something that's like a scar or pictures or something.
Yeah, I mean, with the gash, I could see Eleanor's like, "Oh, that's just an animal attack. Like that's just a dog bit you. Like you're that's not
They
weird."
should at least try. I
Yeah,
want
no,
to
for
see
sure.
her say, "No, you guys are idiots." I want to see that. I want to
Yeah,
see them trying everything to save this kid. Like I know they don't like her, but it seems like they want. The kids don't seem like bad kids, is what I'm trying to say. They seem like they're like, okay, we don't. It literally says like, we wouldn't wish this on our worst enemy, like being taken by the bridge. Like we want to stop this person from going to the bridge, but they don't try hard enough.
Mhm.
Like they don't. Again, no evidence, and also like, why didn't any of the kids bring this up to Eleanor's parents, or realistically bring this up to their own parents? Because the local kids' parents know how bad the bridge is, and they're adults, so they would be believed. So, like, realistically, if any of these kids went and told their own parents that there's this new kid at school and she wants to go to the bridge at night. We tried to stop her, but she won't. She's gonna go. They'd be like, okay, I'm gonna go talk to their parents right now, and they would go over there and be like, look, there's been a lot of disappearances and murders on that bridge to the point that we have blocked it at night so no one goes there. We heard that your daughter's going to go there. Don't let her go there. Like, if they just said it like that, I'm sure the parents would be like, okay, shit.
And then no story. All right.
Well,
good.
yeah,
Job.
that's the problem, though. If the kids did everything right and the parents did everything right, we would have no story. But would we? Because what you could do is the parents tell Eleanor, like, no, you can't go. We've been told that it's a dangerous part of the town here, especially at night. There's been disappearances and murders. You cannot go. And then she'd be like, fuck. And then she'd wait. And then it would cut to the next day, and then being like, looks like you guys tattletaled on me. Wow, good job. Now I'm in trouble with my parents. And then, like, that's when all the information dumping goes, and then maybe a couple of them go with her to try to convince her not to go. Like, she still wants to go after the fact anyways, but she sneaks out or something. Like, there is a way to continue the story with that happening. It's just, it's harder, and you have to make the story longer to do that.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I think the thing with this story is like it is trying to like do like a Goofus and Gallant thing where it's like, oh, like this, like it's a cautionary tale. Like,
yeah.
So it's trying to like up the ante on like the whole like the character being reckless and like getting away, like being able to sneak out and do that stuff. Because otherwise, then we're just getting Monster Squad, which again I'm fine with. Like I kind of
is that a problem?
when we got the ending the way we got the ending, I was like, oh, that's kind of sucks because I was kind of really hoping we'd get like a rallying and like I kind of want to see more of this story. I kind of want to revisit Redacted. Like I want the kids to rally up and fight different. Like I want to fight those sewer clowns or the monster on the bridge and stuff like that. Like and maybe deal with Mr. Martin or what's his name? Not Mr. Martin.
Mason.
Yeah, Mr. Mason.
Maybe he's cool though.
Yeah, he could be cool.
He's cool, and he like helps the kids actually not die.
It could be a Bakersfield Kids novel story setup where it's like werewolf demon hybrids don't teach middle school or don't teach elementary school. Like, do you guys remember those novels as a kid? Like,
no,
They're called the Bakersfield's Kids stories were like novels, and each title was like Dracula doesn't make pizza, or like like aliens don't teach music, or these kids just kept dealing with like keep having suspicions that like their teacher or like the local pizzeria guy or whatever were some kind of monster, and then like I think I can't remember 100% because it's been a hot minute since I was a kid and reading these stories. But
what are they called? What are they called?
I think they're called the Bakersfield Kids, and like they had some kick-ass like cover art. Hang on, I might be getting it might not be big. I don't. Is it Bakersfield?
The Adventures of the Bailey School Kids.
Yeah, the Bailey School Kids. Yes, that's what they were
Wow.
called. Yeah, and it was like look at some of the other like we're kind of taking this quick tangent. Tangent, please back off.
This shit's awesome.
yeah. This shit was my jam. Maybe this might explain a few things about my childhood.
A little bit.
But like genies don't ride bicycles, or like Cupid doesn't flip hamburgers, or
Random.
werewolves don't go to summer camp, or like vampires don't wear polka dots. Like they were, and it was like the reason why like vampires don't wear polka dots is because the kids all believe their like homeroom teacher was a vampire who wore polka dots. And I can't recall if like the monster, if the accusing monster or like person was actually a monster or not, or it was just like all one big like just the kid's imagination. But I feel like they were actually the monsters.
Leprechauns don't play basketball.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or like skeletons don't play tuba.
There's so many of them.
It's like the Animorphs series. It's a huge series of stories that came out back in like the 2000s.
Ghouls don't scoop ice cream.
Yeah. Frankenstein doesn't plant petunias.
Ghosts do splash in puddles. There's some do's in here.
Okay, hang on. We do need to stop. we are pulling away from the creepypasta at hand. We will cover the Bailey School Kids stories at some later date.
This last one is leaving me so confused though. Snow monsters do drink hot chocolate. Wouldn't that kill them though?
Is it a snowman on the cover?
They'd melt from the inside. Wait, snow monsters.
Yeah, is it like Bigfoot kind of thing, or like
It's literally a dude that's just like wearing a white like winter outfit and he's snowboarding. He has like a blonde beard. He's just a guy.
Yeah, no, again, like most of the, or like my favorite one is the most mundane. Yes, the most mundane of monsters. Pirates don't wear pink sunglasses.
Wow.
Like that's just a regular guy. Like he can also be a pirate who can also be an ex-pirate, like who just like it's so dumb. Anyway.
Maybe they're pirates from the past that are in the present now.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we've gotten so far off the
Fine, we'll go back and talk about the story.
We will cover the Bailey School Kids if there's a demand for it on Patreon. That will be our new book club thing for Patreon.
Wow.
Anyway, okay, the tangent please cannot be held back any longer. I'm stopping this now. We will we will address the Bailey School Kids later. But yeah, like that's I do agree. Like I kind of would love a series of stories set in redacted, because like I feel like that could also be like the next like kind of like Goosebumpsy thing or something, because it's like the town of redacted, which is very like creepypasta Goosebumps kind of coded.
Yeah,
in a way.
Like their whole town history is all this weird stuff that can't be explained.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I do agree, but also I do enjoy the story as it is, of just being like this tragedy of like this kid. If only this kid if only the other kids had like had proof, or if only they had shown the proof, or if only they had told their parents who actually listened, and if only the adults of this town actually fucking listened about the monsters and stuff, and not just like we're kind of like half skeptical, or at least in denial themselves about the supernatural situation. Like I get what you guys are saying, like, oh, like why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do this? I get that, but I like the sort of like spiral of dumb actions, because like that is sort of also like how most horror movies is. Like most horror movies, if somebody didn't do something stupid, i.e. be human, we wouldn't have some of the fumbles and foils of like Jason Voorhees and such.
Yeah. It's like what you said. There'd be no story if they did everything right.
Yeah.
Well,
or the story would stop being a horror thing and be more of like like a thriller or an action thing. Like again, like it would be more like the Monster Squad or the Goonies rather than,
I mean,
chapter 1. But
I don't know.
Mhm.
Regardless, it would make the story longer. Anyways, moving on.
Okay. Where was I? Where the hell was I? Oh yeah, this one. All right, so this is when like Eleanor does sneak out and does go to the bridge, and she has like the flashlight and video camera in hand and such. And then we get this part here. It's like her panic only rose when she checked to see how long the camera had been recording. Eleanor hadn't pressed the button, and all this time she'd been talking to no one like a complete maniac. I kind of don't like that she didn't record any of that early stuff. Like, I was kind of hoping that the camera would be found if Eleanor. This is me recording, like jotting down my notes in the past. if Eleanor had died at the end of the session, at the end of the story, and somehow like somebody found the camera, and then that's how we're getting the details of this story is through the camera. Little did I know, we probably did get that. That's probably how some of the details got out. But again, that's also before I realized that the story was mostly done by like a omniscient narrator. Anyway, also on the matter of like a kid with like the camera roaming around a seemingly liminal bridge, like never-ending foggy dark bridge, and it kind of brought to mind Marble Hornets Rosewood, the little mini series that the Marble Hornets guys did and released last year on their YouTube channel as sort of like a separate thing from like the main series, like from way back when, but like where it's them, like it's like a version of them like years later after the Marble Hornets incident, going back to Rosswood Park and getting like liminally trapped inside Rosswood Park in a seemingly never-ending night as the Slender Man creature has like captured them in its web. And I kind of was hoping that was going to be the sort of, it was kind of giving me that kind of vibe for like as soon as she entered the bridge, and then she just kept walking, and why can't I hear the sounds of the river below, and why is it so dark and foggy, and oh my god, it's a liminal never-ending bridge.
Yeah.
And like, why is the daylight? Why is it so much later than I thought it was? And then she bumps into the monster.
It wasn't her watch, like it stopped working or something like that when she was on the bridge.
No, I think it was. She thought it was. She thought it was. I think it was telling the right time, but like she thought it was a lot less time than she had.
Longer, more time.
Yeah, like more time.
It had been 3 hours as opposed to 2.5.
Yeah, exactly. So there's some slight time dilation going on.
Very slight. That's hardly noticeable.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be like,
she
thought it'd be 10 minutes, but it's been 3 hours, you know?
That would have been more like a more like suitable like freak out time.
Yeah.
And then we get the confrontation with the old lady turned monster, or the old lady monster, I guess, old mama monster. She couldn't yet see that the old woman had no eyes, or that her right arm appeared to be made of solid gold. She didn't see the many rows of bristle-like teeth, or the fingers that seemed to have twice as many bones as they should have. If she had, maybe she'd have stopped herself before running straight into the monster's arms and hugging her close. "Please, will you take me home?" The monster was taken aback. She'd eaten many children, but this was the first to so quickly give itself up to her. And to this, I was just like, buddy horror, buddy horror, buddy horror.
It started feeling like it.
Like the monster being taken aback, like being caught off guard by like the hug.
And like adorable, but you're also like, food. But like, adorable though.
But you might be friend, and friends are not food. Yeah,
I let her go. She can bring back more food friends.
yeah. I just like this sort of dynamic because like if I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to use this as the origin for a monster kid duo from like the RPG Monster and Other Childish Things, like
Yeah.
a kid who's very hard pressed to believe in the supernatural nonsense, who has a monster friend who's like a monster granny figure that she met while trying to disprove a local legend about the supernatural on a bridge. Like I think that would have been that would be a really cool like monster duo. It's like I don't know. Yeah, I really like that. Like, and the only reason the monster granny didn't eat her is because she like the power of friendship and love, or like
Yes.
the power of a scared little girl, like giving her like puppy dog eyes as like she was like looking for somebody to rescue her, and then like the monster's heart grew several times that night.
Maybe the kid looked a lot like her daughter or something, or her granddaughter.
Yeah, before she became a monster, or even yeah. Yeah, it's just so it's either like it reminds her of that, so like I can't eat you. You look too much like my family, or it's just like she's just mistaken the girl for her daughter, her long lost daughter.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But yeah, I really liked, and then like Eleanor finally realizes what's that. She screams, threw herself off the monster, and goes running like off to the like running down the bridge to escape the monster. And I kind of and it gave like she's given some time because the old woman regained her wits and let out a cackle before chasing Eleanor. And I kind of love the idea of the monster being caught off guard for a moment. Like it actually gave the monster a little bit of character.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
And then we get to the end of the story that I think we all were kind of taken aback by.
That gives us character, though.
Yeah, I guess. Nice. Together they would so this is like Eleanor like thinking about after she has escaped the bridge and the monster, and like it's daytime now, and she's like thinking about like what she's gonna do after when she gets home, when she gets back with all the evidence and stuff.
Was it daytime at the end?
Yeah, well, like light had started. Like I think.
Oh yeah, right, because it banished the
monster.
Granny. Yeah.
Together they would rid the place of whatever monsters may plague it. Eleanor sprinted off the bridge and through the woods, breaking out into the road leading back home. Blam! The truck had seemingly come out of nowhere, flattening Eleanor before she knew what hit her, literally. Thus, the first child ever to survive crossing the old bridge died, not because of the monster that haunted it, but because they were too stupid to look both ways before crossing the street. Wow, that is both brutal and tragic.
Good lesson too.
Yeah, okay.
Look both ways
time
again.
I've got a secondary connective tissues time with this actually.
Okay.
This week I went to go visit my niece at our cottage. And I had to take her across like a road, and I was looking both ways. And as I was walking across the road to make sure there's no like oncoming traffic to the docks. My niece just kept walking, and I was like, "Niece Cultist, did you look both ways?" Like, I looked one way. I was like, "Well, it's a good thing I was here." Gee.
Yeah.
And this was before I had read this story too. So yeah, some connective time on that. But yeah, it's like I was expecting the monster to get like one last shot in and eat her, and like that as she was like gloating about stopping it and stuff like that. Like that's what was going to end up happening.
Yeah.
But no, she just gets run over by a totally mundane truck. Just like, unless it's some kind of it's some kind of cursed ghost truck that drives the roads of Redacted in the morning.
I wouldn't be surprised.
and here's the thing. Here's my suggestion for like how to maybe make the ending a little bit better. Perhaps the narrator was said ghost driver, or some entity that sees things in the town. Hence, why he stopped Eleanor before she could rally the children against the monsters.
Stopped her very abruptly.
Yeah. It was probably a mundane truck.
100 miles an hour.
Yeah. It was probably just a mundane truck like that was like written into like just like have that like last like kind of fuck you for like, oh no, like to subvert our expectations. But like I kind of like the idea that like it was actually some kind of like demon truck or like ghost truck that was also the narrator of the story. But yeah, damn, that was like yeah, I'm gonna rally the kids, and we're gonna I'm gonna be the beacon of logic and like and courage. Like all these other kids have been living in fear for years. What? Oh, but yeah, I do kind of like the idea of like yeah, like these kids have been living in like fear of monsters and stuff like that because like maybe again like generations of like kids getting picked off and like the town's just like maybe being under like a miasma like the town of Derry where like no one like by all means like generationally people should leave Derry but Pennywise has like a field of influence over the town of Derry and its citizens that like keeps people from fully comprehending him and like what's going on and has them stay in Derry. And so I kind of like the idea of like we have this outsider come in and like not be that affected by the fear and the isolationism of these kids of like the rest of the kids in town. And like you guys are bringing it up as like oh I wish like this like they had like rallied together and fight these monsters so we can have like a series of stories where there are like a bunch of kids hunting down monsters in town. But then the story just ends with like beep, beep. Like nope, that kid is not going to be our savior.
Yeah.
That kid was stupid because they didn't look both ways.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I almost wonder it's like is this creepypasta like a horror comedy? It kind of feels like it a little bit.
It's not really comedy. Like I don't know. There's some like
gallows
lighthearted
humor.
stuff. Yeah, there's some lighthearted stuff with the way that the narrator describes things and with the ending. But I wouldn't say it was funny. It's more like it's not karmic. What is it? I don't know.
I think that's actually karma. Yeah.
Is it karmic?
Yeah, I think that's a karma. Cause like yeah, like she was like yeah, I'm gonna rally things up, and then like didn't look both ways. Bang.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's
like-
Truck Mick.
It's what?
Truck
God.
Mick.
No, it's no. Yeah, because car Mick truck.
Guy
Mick,
driving the truck. His name is Mick. He's Truck Mick.
Oh.
Mick the truck driver. Truck Mick.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you,
I'm
Mikey.
done. I'm done my
Don't
notes.
show. I'm done.
Yeah, no,
This last
show's
episode
over.
about that
Yeah. We had a good run. This is episode 639. We didn't even make it to 640. Damn. Oh well.
Mhm.
Anyway, yeah, I'm that's the end of my actual thoughts. I'm out of thoughts. that truck Mick thing killed like just has still like it stopped my energy flat. Like
It killed you the same way that it killed Eleanor.
Yeah, I'm done.
Instantaneously.
Mikey, the East Death Evil. Wait, truck Mick, Mikey. Oh, it's just Mikey in front of in the behind the wheel of that truck.
Mhm. I can see it.
All right. So the part of this ending or whatever is the blam.
Yeah.
So I foolishly accidentally read the blam before I got there. So I was like, "Oh, something's gonna explode."
Yeah, honestly, I
thing.
did too. Yeah.
So for me, it might be better for it to be slam or splat or crunch.
Yeah.
Or put
just-
it in the same paragraph. Put it in a paragraph to hide it.
Mhm.
Because the reason we see it immediately is because it's by itself in all caps.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
maybe have it like that back home dash bam or slam.
That being said, like you don't even need to put the sound effect in there because it would work without it. Eleanor sprinted off the bridge and through the woods, breaking out into the road, leading back home. The truck had seemingly come out of nowhere, flattening
would
Eleanor.
actually-
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that is kind of the that's always sort of like the judgment call is like, do you add a sound effect in this? Because like right now it's like very loud, but like the subtler way to not have the sound effect word there and just have the next thing be like the truck had seemingly come out of nowhere. It's just having like cutting off like Eleanor's train of thought with a truck. I think that's actually more powerful, honestly.
Yeah,
if
it's more
the
sudden
blam
'cause
was there.
You wouldn't
Yeah.
see it coming. There'd be no way, especially if both of those parts are one big paragraph at the bottom without the triple like M dash. If the just breaking out into the road leading back home, period. The truck had come out of nowhere and then just like immediately shift. Oh, damn.
I don't. I think there should be like a ... or like a maybe just one dash and then cut to like the next sentence. But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
'cause if it's just
the
one
blam.
dash, then it's like immediately connecting the truck to back home because it's
Yeah.
immediately shifting gears at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for me, the truck scene came out of Left Town.
Well, yeah, it's Left Town's the neighboring city of Redacted.
Yeah, of course. But that's also the whole point, Mikey.
Yeah.
It's supposed to come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But the whole exposition about forgetting to look both ways, like this character is skeptical and follows what truths are given to her. Like, she would have been shown that there's vehicles and it's dangerous.
Mikey, look, hang on.
Do you want to take this, gamer?
I got this, bro. I got you. She just survived running away from a monster that she didn't think existed. Her mind is not right now. She's freaking out. She's going over a whole a bazillion things in her head right now. She ain't thinking about crossing the street properly. She's just trying to get home. And because of that one like lapse in judgment when she got to a road, bam.
I suppose, but I mean, the for the omniscient narrator to just say, "You're not looking both ways," like that phrases it to obviously make her seem stupider than she is when she's like one of the smartest kids in the class because she's skeptical.
Yes, but the entire story, like, that has been the attitude of the narrator toward Eleanor, because that's the attitude of the kids to Eleanor. So, like, it would make sense that it would continue with that through line of attitude to the
Also,
very
like
end.
irony and stuff like that. Like, she's intelligent, but she's not. She doesn't have street smarts. Get it?
Or again, like, she may be intelligent, but even like the most intelligent person, when terrified for their life, can fuck up and like forget to do something as rudimentary as look both ways. Like, that's been ingrained in them for years.
Yeah, because all you're thinking in your head is get away from the bridge. Get away from the bridge. You got to get home.
Yeah, and so like she gets off, like gets out of the woods, and gets out onto the road. But again, like she's thinking she's free and doesn't but like in that moment of weakness forgets to follow the basic rules of the road, which is to look both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, she does have a moment of respite where she survived the old bridge and she just stops and looks at her camera. So
yeah, but she's like, yeah, okay, like she's still panicking though. Like, she's still in like a fight or flight mode at that point.
I don't know. Mikey's kind of right because like she is kind of like chilling down at that point. She's not freaking out, but the whole point of the ending is it's ironic or whatever. Like, because
okay, so yeah, it's ironic, but also like, okay, so yeah, she gets away from the bridge. She's like calming down from that, but now she's like occupying her mind with like, all right, I need to rally the kids. Like, we can stop this. We can do this. Like, she's occupied, and she's in like, again, still panicked. Like, you can calm down from something like horrifying, like and like life or death, and like still be in panic mode for like hours afterward. And so like that's kind of what I figured like what happened was like she was just like getting too caught up in the moment and was like she just wasn't focusing on everything around her, because as far as she could tell, she was safe.
Yeah.
So
her body was on autopilot while her brain was in overdrive, thinking about how to get the kids to believe her, what to do, what would work, what won't work, how did I get out of that, and then bam. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Long story short, I don't think the ending. I think the ending made more sense to Cultus and I than it did to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So should we, I guess, move on to my rewrite of the ending?
Yes.
Please, I'm curious. you irrational anger irrationally angry fueled rewrite of the ending.
All right. All right. Eleanor sprinted off the bridge and through the woods. Blam! A shotgun blast rang out through the cool morning air. Mr. Mason walked out of the nearby bushes, wielding a smoking shotgun. The first rays of light from the sun hit his face, which caused him to change from his humanoid werewolf form into his regular human form. Shaking his head, he let out a sigh as he reached Eleanor's body. Damn it, not again! This is why we warn people not to go on the old bridge in the park on dark, foggy nights. Finn.
So it's the same ending, is what you're saying.
Well,
Okay, no, it's the same ending, but the truck that came out of nowhere is not like he's using an asset from that was described earlier. So he's basically pulling what is that
I'm using Chekhov's gun.
yes, Chekhov's gun. You introduce a werewolf demon hybrid in the first act. You better use it by the end of the third act. And yeah, I kind of
I thought your whole problem with the ending is the fact that like she shouldn't have died in the first place because she was too smart to die.
I think
Or is it basically like she didn't have a choice because she was shot? It's removing the choice of her, whether it's an active or a passive choice of not obeying the rules of the road, to just know you're dead.
Yeah. And I mean, it goes along the lines of like, well, why do people disappear? It's because there's a support group basically watching to make sure the monster doesn't leave the bridge.
Oh, okay. See, I always thought it was like it's a monster support group that's just like covering up for like when somebody goes missing from the monster. Like not that like the monster's fine staying on the bridge. But like it needs some support from like within the town to keep things like quiet. But
well,
I do like that too.
Well, my thought process is the monster lets out a horrible screech.
Mhm.
Mr. Mason is in werewolf form, so he can smell the monster.
I thought you were saying you can smell the monster's screech. It's like, what?
Well, no, just smell the monster, period. And then there's sudden movement moving away from the bridge. And it's foggy.
Okay.
So he can't confirm or deny that it's the monster, so it's shoot first, ask questions later.
And he just keeps shooting little kids.
It turns out the monster on the bridge never catches anyone ever.
Yeah.
All of them just get killed by the people that are trying to keep the monster on the bridge.
Yeah, trying to starve it out. Also, yeah, I did like that was another thing I liked about the like early on is like the fact that like it explains the monster like the reason why Eleanor was able to escape the monster is because it had like the kids and the adults had done such a good job at keeping people away from the bridge that the monster had been starving. So
Yes,
it was actually weakened. It was weakened by that. But I do like this version of the ending a little bit because again, it does incorporate something that was introduced earlier on, but then just kind of went nowhere. It's just like, oh, like the undeniable rumors that Mr. Mason is a wolf demon hybrid.
Okay, well, they also talk about baby eating clowns. So does that mean baby eating clowns have to show up in the story too?
No, but like it again, like I'm not saying like they don't have like not everything has to be brought back, but like I'm fine with the truck thing, but I do like the fact that like Mikey here has tried to bring in like something from earlier to kind of like bring it in, just to kind of like I'll have it come like full circle a little bit, rather than have a truck that comes out of nowhere.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think the werewolf guy, well, at least if nothing else, he dropped way too much exposition after murdering someone.
Yeah.
Speaking to no one. It would be better if it was basically the narrator saying that, not him actively saying it.
True.
Maybe that was the intent. I didn't see the quotation, the marks that you were putting in.
Yeah. And I mean, again, like the ending as it is, like, is still like a fun little thing. It's like, oh, like it wasn't the monster that killed her. It was just mundane bullshit. Like,
yeah, it subverts your expectations, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But both of these do.
Mhm.
Both of these endings.
What I'm saying is we can all go to prom. Because I do actually like, because it's like, I hate, like, I hate and I love it because like I liked the ending like as was, but I also kind of like your ending, like almost as much, if only because it brings some things around. But like, yeah. And then again, it opens it up for like more stories to be like told in the town of Redacted with like just like the monster squad, but like the literal monster squad, like Mr. Mason's not like a bad guy. He may be a werewolf demon hybrid, but he's also like part of like the neighborhood watch, like the supernatural neighborhood watch of this town.
Yeah, and that's into my actual thoughts.
All right. Gamer.
Let's see what I have left. One is I like the little cutouts throughout the story of like God's probably doing this or probably doing that. It's kind of funny. It doesn't really sully the mood either. It's just kind of like, haha, moving on, you know? Because like it's a pretty high magic setting, anyways.
Yeah.
But
in a way, there is some magical realism afoot here.
Yeah, for sure.
Magical realism, is that the one I was?
Magical realism is like when something fantastical or magical is like shown in a way that's believable.
Yeah. So it's treated as mundane kind of thing. Like
well, no, it's not how it's treated. It's at least it's the way that I see magical realism is not that it's treated as mundane. Like, for example, in Dragon Ball Z, Super Saiyans on Earth is normal by halfway through Dragon Ball Z. That doesn't make it magical realism. Magical realism is stuff where it's like Shadowrun is magical realism to a point because it's stuff that's it makes sense and it's not so fantastical that it's not believable.
No, see, I always understood that like magical realism is like it's like magic and other supernatural or fantastical elements like live alongside in society as commonplace kind of things, whereas but like everyone just accepts them, like rather than like just a few people accept it and like other people like don't believe it and so on. No, it's just it's as grounded a fact as science
based on Bing AI Copilot search.
Okay, Google AI Overlord. Okay, yeah,
this is Bing AI Overlord.
Oh god, even worse. I know.
Magical realism is a literary and artistic style that blends realistic depictions of everyday life with magical and fantastic elements, treating the extraordinary as part of the ordinary. So yes, you're right. I suppose.
I was going to say that's what I described.
I know, but you're both wrong. I don't believe the AI.
You refuse to believe. All right, you know what? Fuck you too. I'm done.
I'm Eleanor right now. I refuse to believe you.
Get hit by a train.
He needs more proof.
God. All right. Agree to disagree. Let's move on.
Fair enough. Okay. And then my other note is we talked about most of it, just like how it shows in the story how what the adults and kids have been doing to weaken this creature's actually working, where most stories don't do that. Most stories are just like, there's this weird thing over there, don't go over there, and then someone goes over there and dies. The end. This one's like, there's a weird thing over there, don't go over there. And the reason that and we see that because no one's been going there, we see the results of it. Like, after X amount of time, like, this thing could potentially starve to death.
Yeah.
And that's cool that, like, the town is actually banding together. And while Eleanor doesn't think that they're actively doing something, they technically are. They're very slowly killing it.
It's funny because like the kids know to avoid the bridge. Like the kids are in town know to avoid the bridge, and the adults know something's going on with the bridge, and they've constructed like gates and barriers and stuff like that. So it's like two groups doing something independently of each other, but like toward the same goal.
Yeah.
Almost like accidentally, or like, but for the adults accidentally, because like again, the story again, the early on in the story, like it's like the kids have a very low viewpoint of the adults and grown-ups. Like, oh, they seem so proud of themselves for protecting the little ones. And even though like setting up these things, even though like, everyone knew not to cross that bridge at night. Like, so the gate was there was no reason for that gate because like no one's gonna do it.
I mean, also the gate didn't do shit because Eleanor just kind of went over
Popped it. Exactly. No, exactly. Yeah.
So like, what does the gate do? Stop you from driving a car on the bridge? Like,
Yeah. Or just like it's just another like barrier, like to stop like a possible like somebody walking by and like going in. It's only the extreme people that like I need to get onto that bridge to prove people wrong, that like there's nothing weird about it.
yeah,
That you're gonna get that's it's a filter for the regulars.
if
for
you
like
put a physical barrier, then you can say there was a physical barrier. He chose to go over it.
Oh my god, it's a filter for the filthy casuals.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
And then moving from there to the ending, it was a bit of a roller coaster for me reading it, because first, by the time I got to the ending, and like Eleanor was running away from this thing, I was like, okay, hell yeah, Eleanor's gonna die. I hate this character. She's gonna die. Everyone hates her. Go. Get her, creepy monster. Show us what you can do. But then like she survived, so like I was like, okay, I kind of hate that she survived. I thought the whole point of this was a cautionary tale. And I thought it would have been spookier if she got what she had coming, basically.
Yeah.
But then it switches to her talking about standing up to the monsters and helping the kids band together to fight them all. And I'm like, that shit sounds awesome. Okay, this character's redeemed.
Yeah.
I was half waiting for some supernatural, like a Valkyrie to come down from the heavens and raise Eleanor back up so she can actually continue. But then she gets back to town, and like when she gets back into town, like because she was brought back to life, her hair is like pure white or something, and her eyes are glowing red, so she immediately gets shot or something. Like just constantly dying and resurrecting. But yeah, either way, roller coaster ride for me on the end, where I kept wanting her to live and then die and then live and then die. And I don't know how I feel by the end of it because I've been played with so much. But yeah, for creepy tones, I kind of wish she just died on the bridge.
Yeah.
As a to cement this as a cautionary tale, and like, yeah, shit's bad. And then I don't know. But then the idea of Monster Squad is fun. Then.
Yeah, again, like the opening this up to be like a bigger like world would be really cool. I think, but then
I think overall by the end though, I actually prefer the ending we got. Now that I think about it, because like while it's like, yeah, it's a cautionary tale. Okay, that's been done before. Yeah, it could have been she gets out and then bands the kids together, and then like that's the good ending. Okay, cool. We don't get many endings like we have now, where like there's a glimmer of hope for this town, and then it's squashed immediately. So like the town is forever stuck, like fearing this thing because the one person that got away from it immediately died and wasn't able to actually pass on that knowledge.
Yeah, they'll have to wait for the next protagonist character to show up in like a couple of years or like another generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So long story short on that note, while the ending was flip-floppy and confusing, I ended up preferring the one we got over to all of the previous ones that I thought I would like better. Never mind. I'll just shut up now.
No, like there's
the more I think about it, the more I'm like, you know what, that shit's cool.
Yeah, no, like there's a discussion here. Like discussions are a process. We have to get we have to show our work before we get there.
Yeah, for sure.
So like, yeah, I'm down with it. Also, the fact that you're continuing, you're still on my side is fine.
Oh,
Has
that's
nothing to do
true.
with my happiness about
That
this.
being said,
Ah! Oh, gamer got hit by a truck. He'll never know He'll never know
in his house
Yeah, that was one aggressive truck.
really was. I'm in the basement.
Goddamn subterranean trucks.
Just burrows through the ground to get me.
The mole man
Well-
driving. Anyway,
We can move on from here
Yeah.
now.
yeah. At this point, it's going to be the friggin' SWAT truck of the tangent police.
Yes, absolutely.
Anyway, yeah. So okay. Final thoughts then. Yeah, I'm still gonna recommend it. For me, there is a lot of charm here. Like, I like the premise, the setting of the town of Redacted, and like the kid versus grown up dynamic of like the views of the town and stuff. I like the monster. It was very kids on bikes, again, like Goonies, like kind of a little bit of Goonies mixed with like Monster Squad stuff. Like but it was also like whimsically macabre, kind of in the same vein as the video game Little Misfortune, where it's just one tragedy after the other as you're just playing this little girl who's just getting like fucking shit canned like by karma and like you try your best to make the best decisions and you still just get fucking like run over by a truck.
Wow.
like again, like I do feel bad.
Sucks, the game.
It's basically like she like tries to help this like dog. It's a very I hate this is one part of the game I hate is like she tries to like help a dog and then the dog ends up getting killed.
Of course, because
So
she
it's
helped.
like, yeah, exactly. But if she had let it go, like let it like kept it where it was, it would have like strangled itself or like it would have like been stuck at a tree kind of thing. Yeah. No, it's
not
like
any better.
it's damned if you do, damned if you don't sort of like situation.
Oh, it's that bad.
So, yeah,
I thought
it's
like all the good decisions are actually the bad decisions, kind of thing.
it is both.
Great, love it.
Yeah, it's a very macabre and like gallows humor, like whimsical, like depressive game, but people seem to enjoy it because it's got like a very interesting kind of cozy like art style and like very cutesy like voices and stuff. But it's also just it's really like dark.
Yeah.
But that was kind of the vibe I was getting from this. It's just like just of Eleanor's kind of descent into like her again the roller coaster of Eleanor here. Like,
yes.
Oh, she's gonna die. Maybe she's gonna get killed. Is she gonna get eaten by the monster? No, she gets hit by a car. It's like, okay, well, wow, fuck. Like it like I guess it's that whimsical macabreness that like of like also breaking your expectations or like yeah. And I do feel bad for Eleanor. But I mean, she really should have looked both ways before getting across that road. Just saying.
Do I have to convince you now?
No, I'm.
He had a lot going on in her
That
head.
was a joke.
You're gonna trigger Mikey. He's gonna be dying.
But no, yeah, like it's just like yeah, no, that was meant to be a joke.
But
yeah, I just
on my side.
I am.
That's why I jumped in.
Yeah. So he jumped at my fucking throat.
Yes, absolutely.
Anyway, but yeah, that's I did enjoy it. I do think it's almost like I guess on a creepypasta side of things, like it's kind of spoopy, but like not really. Like it's more. Again, this is more like I kind of got the impression by the end, like this is almost more of like a horror comedy. So there's there's some lightheartedness to it in a macabre way, weirdly enough. On top of being like kind of spooky, like when the creature, like when the granny that's not a granny shows up, like that's when the creepy stuff happens. But then it's caught off guard by her hugging it, and then like screams and runs away, and then we kick back into creepypasta gear. So yeah, like yeah, I think it's still I don't know, it's still enjoyable. I really enjoyed it. Just for like the kind of flip floppy like roller coaster ride of like spooky and like whimsical and macabreness. So I'm still gonna recommend it at the end of the day.
Honestly, I found this story creepier than most of the stories that we've been reading lately.
Really? Okay.
Because like the whole town is screwed. And they're all aware that they're screwed, but they're doing their best to survive because of it. Like just because there's a quirky narrator and a karmic end, I didn't feel that ruined the spookiness, at least to me.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm just saying like how I like felt when I was reading
Yeah,
the story.
of course.
So, yeah. So yeah, that's my my recommendations, my thoughts, my final thoughts and such. So, Mikey, these stands for evil.
Well, as I said, I really didn't like the ending because I would have much preferred if they brought back an element like Mr. Mason to the ending. But we don't get that. We instead get a stupid truck.
Stupid truck from stupid left town.
Yep.
I will. Okay, I got to reiterate. I do love your idea of bringing this Mr. Mason as like he is the truck driver.
Did drive by.
Yeah, it was a drive by. It's like, but I continue.
Yeah. And then it didn't gel with me that there wasn't any other kids that also didn't believe in the supernatural, or believe that this bridge wasn't supernatural.
She was the only outsider.
Yeah, but I mean,
all the kids grew up with this stuff, hearing it on the news, hearing it on newspapers, seeing their friends disappear.
I suppose that's true, but still, like as Gamer mentioned, the kids didn't seem to care at all about her to do enough to get the adults involved.
But like Culta said, there'd be no story if that happened.
Yeah.
But like I said, there could be, but it would take a lot more work to continue the story because it'd be days after where they have to go back out, stuff like that. But yeah.
This has been an easy episode. I just got to sit back and let Gamer voice my opinions.
Yeah, so that's the main thing for me. Like, even with the monster being somewhat creepy and the never-ending bridge, for me, the ending ruined my enjoyment. So, I'm still not going to recommend it.
All right. And Gamer.
For me, I still liked it. I liked the read. I liked the bit of back and forth on the ending. Because it was just a fun read regardless. The first time I went through, I was like, yeah, it was pretty good. And then by the time I got to the recording and us talking about it, I'm like, you know what, the ending was kind of annoying. But then when I sat down and actually voiced my opinion on the ending, I'm like, you know what? No, I like the ending the way it is. Fuck me.
Fuck that guy in particular.
Yeah. Screw you, brain. I like it. Yeah. But yeah, I like the slow reveal of like the whole deal with the bridge too. Because it's not like she just gets on the bridge and the monster's like, hey. Just right there. Like it kind of toys with her, or like has to slowly get to her because of how weak it is.
Yeah.
And the colorful flavor text in scripters was fun with like, God's probably doing this. God's rolling his eyes, being like, God damn, girl, what are you doing?
Damn, girl, what are you crazy?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'll say this too: the author did their name proud. There was a MoistSquelch at the end.
Oh my god, and a crunch, a bit of a crunch, but yeah, also probably moist. Definitely, probably a MoistSquelch.
Yes, absolutely.
Also, can we all just another thing I'm just like seeing? I just realizing, can we all just appreciate that while the town is also called Redacted, they've also named the elementary school Redacted Elementary.
Why is that weird?
I don't know. It's just I love the idea of the town being called Redacted.
Yes, absolutely. But in a small town, if there's one school, it's insert town name here's school.
Yeah, or it's named after like the founder of the town, kind of thing. The founder of the town is Redacted.
Also, it doesn't even have to be a small town.
Yeah,
the town near us, it's insert town's secondary school. That's all it's called now.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, now it is. Like back in the day, it wasn't. But yeah,
it wasn't. It was called something cooler. But now they're like, Let's renovate it and give it the most boring ass name ever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This city's secondary school.
In this state,
Yeah, we live in the
the police academy
Police Academy universe. Yes, of
setting.
course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah. So long story short, yeah, it was good.
Cool.
I liked it.
All right. So I guess one non-recommendation and two recommendations. And I suppose that'll do it for tonight's episode. So if you like what you heard, or if you didn't, leave us a comment in the comment section below where this gets posted. Some of us are on Blue Sky. Mikey is at the E stands for evil, and I'm at Review Cultist. You can also send us emails at aldenterigamortis@gmail.com. That's ALDENTERIGAMORTIS@gmail.com, where you can also leave us suggestions for other creepypastas, SCPs, spooky things. You creep it, we'll peep it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you'd like to help support our show financially, you can go to Patreon. We have special episodes, early access, and extra content. To all our patrons helping support the show, thank you immensely. You're helping keep those hosting bills at bay. And as always, we very much appreciate that. And to our listeners and the authors of these stories, thank you immensely, because without your listenership, it'd be like screaming into the void.
Or walking down an endless bridge with no one to surprise Glomp.
Exactly.
That's basically what she did.
Oh my gosh, she definitely surprised Glomp, that old lady monster.
Yeah.
And without your stories, without your authorship, writing and posting these stories on the internet, we really wouldn't have much of a show because we'd have nothing to talk about. So thank you. Now's a good time to mention that we are a part of a podcast network, Crit in the Night, an actual play and creepypasta podcast network. We're there alongside our sister podcast, One Less Die, and our cousin podcast, The Role Playing Exchange, for things that go crit in the night. Until next time, I've been your host, Review Cultist.
I'm Mikey, the E stands for evil.
And I'm the gamer in yellow.
And this has been Al Dente Rigamortis. Sleep well.